Numbers chapter 22. And the sons of Israel journey and encamp in the plains of Moab beyond the Jordan, by Jericho. And Balak, son of Zippor, sees all that Israel has done to the Amorite. And Moab is exceedingly afraid of the presence of the people, for it is numerous. And Moab is distressed by the presence of the sons of Israel. And Moab says to the elderly of Midian, Now the assembly licks up all that is around us, as the ox licks up the green thing of the field. And Balak, son of Zippor, is king of Moab at that time. And he sends messengers to Balaam, son of Beor, to Pethor, which is by the river, of the land of the sons of his people, to call for him, saying, Behold, a people has come out of Egypt. Behold, it has covered the eye of the land, and it is abiding in front of me. And now come, please, curse this people for me, for it is mightier than I. It may be I prevail, and we strike it, and I cast it out from the land. For I have known that which you bless is blessed, and that which you curse is cursed. And the elderly of Moab and the elderly of Midian go with divinations in their hand, and they come to Balaam and speak the words of Balak to him. And he says to them, Lodge here tonight, and I have brought you back word as Yahweh speaks to me. And the prince of Moab abides with Balaam. And God comes to Balaam and says, Who are these men with you? And Balaam says to God, Balak, son of Zippor, king of Moab, has sent to me, Behold the people that is coming out from Egypt and covers the eye of the land. Now come, pierce it for me. It may be I am able to fight against it and have cast it out. And God says to Balaam, You do not go with them. You do not curse the people, for it is blessed. And Balaam rises in the morning and says to the princes of Balak, Go to your land, for Yahweh is refusing to permit me to go with you. And the princes of Moab rise and come to Balak and say, Balaam is refusing to come with us. And Balak adds yet to send princes more numerous and honored than these. And they come to Balaam and say to him, Thus said Balak, son of Zippor, Please do not be withheld from coming to me, for I honor you very greatly, and all that you say to me, I do. And come, please, pierce this people for me. And Balaam answers and says to the servants of Balak, If Balak gives to me the fullness of his house of silver and gold, I am not able to pass over the command of my God Yahweh to do a little or a great thing. And now please, abide in this place, you also, tonight. Then I know what Yahweh is adding to speak with me. And God comes to Balaam by night and says to him, If the men have come to call for you, rise, go with them, and only the thing which I speak to you, do it. And Balaam rises in the morning and saddles his donkey and goes with the princes of Moab. And the anger of God burns because he is going. And the messenger of Yahweh stations himself in the way for an adversary to him. And he is riding on his donkey, and two of his servants are with him. And the donkey sees the messenger of Yahweh standing in the way with his drawn sword in his hand. And the donkey turns aside out of the way and goes into a field. And Balaam strikes the donkey to turn it aside into the way. And the messenger of Yahweh stands in a narrow path of the vineyards, with a wall on this side and a wall on that side. And the donkey sees the messenger of Yahweh and is pressed to the wall, and presses Balaam's foot to the wall, and he adds to strike her. And the messenger of Yahweh adds to pass over, and stands in a narrow place where there is no way to turn aside to the right or left. And the donkey sees the messenger of Yahweh and crouches under Balaam. And the anger of Balaam burns, and he strikes the donkey with a staff. And Yahweh opens the mouth of the donkey, and she says to Balaam, What have I done to you that you have struck me these 3 times? And Balaam says to the donkey, Because you have rolled yourself against me. Oh, that there were a sword in my hand, for now I had slain you. And the donkey says to Balaam, Am I not your donkey, on which you have ridden since I became yours, even to this day? Have I at all been accustomed to do thus to you? And he says, No. And Yahweh uncovers the eyes of Balaam, and he sees the messenger of Yahweh standing in the way with his drawn sword in his hand. And he bows and pays respect to his face. And the messenger of Yahweh says to him, Why have you struck your donkey these 3 times? Behold, I have come out for an adversary, for your way has been perverse before me. And the donkey sees me and turns aside at my presence these 3 times. Unless she had turned aside from my presence, surely I had also slain you now, and kept her alive. And Balaam says to the messenger of Yahweh, I have sinned, for I did not know that you are standing to meet me in the way. And now, if it is evil in your eyes, I turn back myself. And the messenger of Yahweh says to Balaam, Go with the men, and only the word which I speak to you, it you speak. And Balaam goes with the princes of Balak. And Balak hears that Balaam has come, and goes out to meet him to a city of Moab, which is on the border of Arnon, which is in the extremity of the border. And Balak says to Balaam, Did I not diligently send to you to call for you? Why did you not come to me? Am I not truly able to honor you? And Balaam says to Balak, Behold, I have come to you. Now, am I able to speak anything at all? The word which God sets in my mouth, it I speak. And Balaam goes with Balak, and they come to Kirjath-Huzoth. And Balak sacrifices oxen and sheep, and sends some to Balaam and to the princes who are with him. And it comes to pass in the morning that Balak takes Balaam, and causes him to go up to the high places of Baal, and he sees the extremity of the people from there.